Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Minetest gameplay of sorts. And today, I'm chilling out over in the playground area. Yeah, by the RV. We're going to talk about the Mydeck mod and ways that I create my decks. So let's go. And if you like what you see here, please consider liking and subscribing. It is greatly appreciated. This looks more like an outdoor IKEA. Yes, it does. Cool. But we're not here to check out furniture. We're here to check out decks and how I build decks. So first, we have the Mydeck mod and the Mydeck machine. You put in a piece of wood and you get all these cool pieces to build your decks. So let's see what I'm missing here. I'm missing some stairs, lattice, which comes in handy, the post, because we're going to build a deck. We have the right rail and the left hand rail. Do I have that? I have that one. I have you have different building materials here. You have deck joists with side rails and wall plates. Just want to make sure I have all the ones that I'm missing. I think I'm missing that one. I should have just went through and grabbed them all. Grab some railings because, why not? And inside, outside stairs. I have that one. I think I have them all. Yes, I do. So, I also have my posts, rails, and the, what do you call that? The support. Yeah, I have that. And that is, you put a piece of stone in there, and that's how you get the support. So that's how that machine works. So we come over here and I have a little makeshift setup, and you can paint the wood. I'll show you how to do that. Different lattices, different structure. These all have end plates on them, which hide some of the detail, but it gives the appearance of a finished deck. And I think over here I have, nope, I have it all. So yeah, let's come up here. You could really do some really cool things with this mod. This mod is a little frustrating, and I'll show you in a second. But I have the end plates set up on here, and so it looks like a half constructed deck. So if you're into, like, if you want to build a you're making a building, and it's in the process of having the deck put in. Well, this is perfect because it shows all the detail of a real deck. You have your beams, you have your supports, your stone footing, the footers right here, which the detail on them is really, really cool. Over here, I don't tend to use these that often. This is the outside stair, inside stair, because I've tried doing, I like the idea of doing a 2-level deck, but I haven't had to need it. So I'm going to show some photos here of different decks that I've built. And these are decks from other builds. So yeah. Over here, we have a deck that I've made using items from a circular saw. And if you don't remember how to do that, let's take some dark oak, or not dark oak, anything that can go in the circular saw. You can get these little plates. And I used this one. It's really nice because you have your full block, you have a slab, you have a half of a slab, a half of a half of a slab. another half of the slab. So these are really great in terms of building, because like I did over here with the boards, the deck boards, and yeah, actually over here, here's the different sizes. You can create different levels, let's say, and thicknesses. So you have this observation deck over here that I use over at the luxury resort and on other builds. And I'm using the handrails on this one, but it gives the appearance of what you would see on a deck. And it doesn't matter what material you use. If you can cut it in a circular saw, then you can use it. And it gives the impression that you want. It looks like a deck. The boards are kind of thick, but you see where I'm going with that. So you can really, if you want to leave the detail, you can. Here's the beams, and here's the joists with the decks on there. So let's run over here. And over here, I created this off a fence post just as to try it out. And this is like something you'd see over a patio where it'd have vegetation on the top. And it's growing vines. Cool. So I did the same thing over here with my decks. I've used some lattice on this side. And so you got your little outdoor area. Usually you'd see like grape bushes or grapevines on top of here. But this would be a real cool addition to a patio where, you know, you come out and you have that kind of overhang with your vegetation. So what we're going to do is we're going to place some, this is going to be a real small deck. And one of the problems that I have is the way that you can see it lays things, which also, so the screwdriver from Technics Mod is your best friend. Oh, that was stupid. But there we go. What else would one of my videos be without failure? Okay. So we turn that. So you take these supports, and you don't have to use the supports. And if you want this to be level, but you want the detail, sink it down one block. And then when you put your post in and your beam will sit ground level. So that's one way of doing that. So we are going to, why is the sun going down so quick? Oh, I was taking pictures. We are going to put in some posts real quick. There's our posts. Now we need some beams. Let's see which way these lay. They go this way. Oop. And we're going to come over here. We're going to do the same thing. Cool. Then what we are going to do, and look, you have a gymnastic balance beam. So if you want a gym type setup, there you go. For the athletic. So we are going to, so what you would use, let's grab back my block of clay here. What you would use the block of clay for is, let's say this was the side of a house. No, really. So that's the side of a house. So you're going to have like a patio or your doorway here. So you'd use the end plates, and those have, so we have deck joist side with wall plate. And I don't know why that keeps doing that. Oh, I know exactly why it keeps doing that. So what we are going to do is we are going to continue this beam real quick, because you wouldn't put it next to, let's see if this works. Because we want a side. Nope. I don't know why. But that worked. Huh. Oh well. And you see the way that those are running. We're going to do this the easy way. The way that those are running. So let's put our wall over here. And it's a lot of trial and error I have found with this. There we go. That's exactly where it wants to be. So we have the wall plate. Obviously, this plate would connect to a wall. And the reason for that is in real life, your deck would connect that way. So on here, we're going to match that up with that one. And this is the frustrating part. So you see how now these are disjointed? Well, you just use your screwdriver. Now everything's in line. So we are actually using the joist with the side plate. So we are going to cover up some detail, but it depends on how detailed you want the deck to be. We're just going to continue that down. We're probably going to have a problem there. Get the screwdriver out, rotate that, and there you have it. So we're going to leave this side open. But if you wanted to close this side off, and we are going to use, I don't think that's not the one. That is not the one, because this is the one. But that leaves that gap right there. Is it this one? Yes, there you go. So if you wanted to close that off, you can. And we're just going to continue that all the way down. So on this side, we actually don't have to use that. On this side, we would use this one, the other one. Like that. And then we're going to use normal joists. And we're going to have to change that around, of course. But now you see on that one, it ended properly. So we're going to just do this all at one shot. And there you have it. That lines it all up. So, and you just keep continuing down on however far you're going. So because this is a wall plate, and I've tried every which way of making these. You know, you lay them a certain way or whatever. I will purposely try to do that over here. So this one is going to be, see, it doesn't matter which way. And that closes that off. So we know we're going to be using this. And this is where we're going to actually end it. But now hopefully, oh, look at that. And I've just put them two places I don't, there we go. And we're going to, now why did it lay those two down perfectly? I don't know. This is the most, I believe I have the most updated version of the mod at the time of this recording. I have covered this before in other videos in my earlier videos where I built a deck. And there we have it. So now we have where the wall is, we have the wall plate where it connects. And the whole thing is when you connect it to a wall plate, you don't need this here. That's why I was getting that weird way that it was setting. Now, which one did I use here? obviously it was not that one. It was this one. So you can really play around with this, and the level of detail that you want to put in it is up to you. However, most of this is going to be covered. So in some of my builds, I'll actually leave that open. I'll leave these end plates off. And this is as far as we're going to go with this. I might go one more just to show how it looks with that off. How it looks different. But even with all the issues that I've run into with placing them and then having to go back in and use the screwdriver, I absolutely love this mod because just of the detail. We're going to put some boards down here. And part of the, George had put in the question that his deck seemed not connected. So, like I said, a lot of it is trial and error and making. Now you can see here that we're off. All my decking, all my boards and everything are correct, but these top boards are off. Unfortunately, if I change that, it changes everything underneath. So I'm trying to figure out what went wrong, because the top part is right. There really should be no reason why that happened. So we're going to finish putting the decking on and see where else we're off. See, now if I change that around, something just happened. Oh. And what it ended up doing is now we have this showing. So let's see if I can fix that, because I used the other end plate. And when you notice how after you lay the deck board, when you can't just click and get rid of the deck board, it gets rid of all of it. See, now those laid perfectly. Huh. So if I come back in over here, this one's wrong. And these are going to be wrong because I'm going to have to switch them around. So I used that one. Change that like that. Put a deck board on there and see if it works. Nope. So it's this one. Oh. Okay. Oh, look at that. It lays down correctly. So we're going to get rid of these two. We're going to come in here. It's going to throw off everything, but that's okay because I will fix it. And how I'm going to fix that, you can see. That's the most satisfying sound, is laying those. Okay, so we have our side plates are correct now. So we're just going to have to, oh, I hate when I make that mistake. We're just going to have to fix these. These are okay. These are off. I don't want to spend too much time on fixing this. That's why I had pre-done a lot of this stuff. However, you can see how everything is coming together now. And, as much detail as that you want to put into it. So these, I just have to fix them in order to make, oh, look at that. Cool, cool, cool. Now those should have laid perfect, and they did. So now we have a deck. We have all of our deck fixed. Everything, these sides are real nice and pretty. Let's go down a little bit so we can see the detail here. And I just absolutely love the detail. And the only other problem is you are going to cover up a lot of this stuff. So if we use the, like the lattice here, which you will see on a deck, it covers up a lot of the, you know, your detail. So, and I will leave some of that off. So let's put some stairs on real quick. And we're just going to use some basic stairs. Hi, kitty, kitty. 2 stairs. It does help to put, come on. Yeah, I love cats, but you're in my way, man. And then the railings. The railings are ultra cool. We have corners. And you just have to be patient on how you lay the corners. We don't need corner over there. We need corner over here. And oh man. I was getting ahead of myself, and now I got to go back in and fix that. That's not right. Why isn't this right? Oh, duh, I broke my beam. Now I got to figure out which one I used. I believe it was this. No, I didn't use anything because this has no side onto it. On these beams, you have to put them directly on the beam. That's why it gives a hassle. And that's correct. So let's retry to put our corner back on. Oh, I don't have to on that one. Okay, now I'm getting aggravated. There we go. Apparently, there, I got enough corners. At least these are better. So these will go here. We're almost done. We are going to just create this real quick. And you'll see that there was a gap there. And there's going to be a gap here on the stairs, especially when I put in the railings. So we're going to change these out, put in some railings, and the railings here is my left-hand rail. And this will actually put this kind of cool part on the end. You have to go too wide because of the way the railing is. So there's that one. There's that one. We're going to come out here and put that one in. That gives us our little rail with decorative overhang. Come up here, and you notice that there's these blanks. And that's where this deck rail corner comes in. And this is another piece that it will just aggravate to no end trying to lay it. So what I do is I just put it in like that. We want one over here. That one put in perfectly. And then I just grab my screwdriver and just finish it. There we go. So there's your completed deck. We just created a little deck, and here we have our imaginary wall going into a house, going, wherever we're going at. And these decks, these pieces, you can use pretty much anywhere. You can use them on any material. So we're going to paint it real quick. So that's our deck, though. It's real cool. You could leave, like I said, you can leave open how much detail that you want. Sometimes I like having this unfinished detail because I think it looks cool to see the mechanics of something, because you're going to hide it. So everything that we did with all the placement and everything is now hidden. If we come down a little bit, we're going to go underneath. This is just absolutely cool, this underside of the deck area. And in some of my houses, I do have where I'm using these as an upper deck, and you see all the detail. So for painting, you have a paintbrush that comes with the mod. So for the paintbrush, you just use your regular dye that you have. We want to paint this deck cyan. So it could look good. Now we have we so in your crafting table, you put your brush, you put your dye, and you grab your cyan stain brush. This is gonna look cool. It should look cool. And you just punch it, and that does not look cool. Now when you hit a piece to paint it, remember when we deleted this block here, this deck board, and everything else went with it for that block? Well, it also, when you paint, it will paint everything with it. So if I paint this one, you see how everything is changing color. Anything connected to that. And that is how you paint. But it's really cool. I guess in some world, the cyan color would look good. And don't fret, if you paint it the wrong color, well, you can change it. So let's say I want something a little bit more dark gray. I want to use a dark gray stain. And I know for a fact that that is a cool color. And you can get crazy with it. That's a pretty cool color. So you just go back over, whatever you painted. And that's all there is to it. Same principle applies. So if you don't like the color of one, you can change it. You can put squares. However, the entire block will be, squared. So underneath. And that's how that works. I do like the natural look. You could have the natural look. You can have, whatever color. You could even use black. Here's white. So we're going to take a white stain brush. And if you're in survival mode, obviously you're going to have where the brush will actually run out of paint, and you'll have to repaint or use more dye. But there's the white stain. And you could even use these. Another cool thing is if you're building a house that what is a contemporary style house, mansion, you can use these railings and corners in any build that you want. So there you have it. There you have a bunch of different look, and you can change. Why isn't that changing the color? It'll change a lighter color, but it won't change the darker color. I will have to look into that, because I don't know why my white stain is not working on that. So other than that, because I can if I take the white one out and put in, light gray. I remember that having a real nice effect. Yeah, there's something going on with my I did that. It seems that it'll only work on the lighter colors. Okay. I will have to look into that because I've done that before where I've changed the color. I wonder if I went to a darker color. But nevertheless, this is how you do it. We're going to take a black stain brush. No. Huh. But it will do. That's a cool look. So there's your different colors. Something about that brown. I don't know why. That is the brown. Yeah. Huh. It's probably something with me. I'm going to have to test that out. But there you have it. So you can create lots of different things, and however detailed that you want to be, you know, whatever level of detail that you want, you can achieve. And this would be a great thing for construction projects. If you're doing like an in progress for a construction scene, there you go. You could have like a half unfinished deck because it's in progress. You could do multi-level decks. You could use whatever guardrails. These are my favorite from the industrial stairs mod. You could do glass stairs. You could do different kinds of stairs that come with the deck. I like using this decking material as a pathway. And then the circular saw will also allow you similar. And I just used my favorite spruce, but you know, anything that can be cut by the circular saw can be used in here. So there you have it. We have this little kind of grapevine trellis. That's what it's called, I think. A trellis. And over a patio. And put in, yeah, I don't like how, now the boards will actually go in a direction. And those are easily fixed also. You know, with the screwdriver to make them look all similar in the same way, facing the same direction. And you will run into, so if you get that where it's off, you just take your screwdriver and you fix it to make them run in the same direction. So there, now you have a patio with a little trellis. You have some grape bushes or I have some brush or hedges growing on here. Very nice. So that's going to do it. Hopefully this helped out a little bit. A lot of it's trial and error, and a lot of it is taking, you know, you saw how I had to change these outer blocks to fit. And once I did that, everything came back right in the line. There's my end plates, you know, the side plates, and there's the plates that butt up against the wall. Just like a real deck. So if you have any other comments or questions, or mods that you want reviewed, I am going to be looking at the space mod. I just have not had the time to play with it and go from there. That's going to do it. Thank you for watching. And everybody have a warm, safe week. Until the next video. Goodbye. Oh yeah, and everything, all mods and everything that I list, the GitHub page, my website, links are in every video show description. So please check that out. And I also have the uploader, the photo upload. So take screenshots of your builds and you can upload them onto my webpage and I will feature them in a future video. So now, thank you for watching and goodbye.